Macaulay Culkin, Woody Allen, and Shirley Jackson. Three well-known, wealthy individuals from the United States of America who just so happen to have something else in common as well. Something you can't see, but can see signs of. Can't touch, though it can be felt. Something also shared with the woman in the window. And in 1871, German psychiatrist Carl Westphal decided to officially give this something a name. He coined the term agoraphobia, using the Greek word agora, meaning a gathering or marketplace, and phobia, to reflect fear. Now this doesn't mean the Home Alone kid is scared of malls. He might be, I'm not sure, you'd have to ask him. Instead, agora in this context refers to any environment or situation perceived to be unsafe, with no easy way to escape or access help. This can range from closed spaces, such as public transit, to an open field. The phobia is less about the actual location and more about the expected reaction when placed there. In other words, the fear is that of fear itself, the worry of how someone believes they will act when in an uncomfortable environment. These fears are usually amplified by concerns over social embarrassment and can often accumulate into a full-blown panic attack. When this happens, symptoms such as heart palpitations, dizziness, nausea, and shortness of breath may appear as the individual's body releases large amounts of epinephrine at once. A direct stimulation of the natural fight or flight response found in all of us. This feeling can be especially overwhelming for people with agoraphobia, who begin to associate the panic attack with the situation where it had occurred and avoid going there again. This in turn reinforces those notions of fear, ultimately creating a tragic cycle of anxiety for the patient to manage. While rare in children, the disorder is believed to affect about 1.7% of the adult population, with women being twice as much at risk than men. A number of factors can contribute to developing agoraphobia, including family genetics, health conditions, and environmental stress. Chronic use of tranquilizers and sleeping pills are also noticeable in many case studies. However, most researchers agree that it's usually a traumatic event, such as the death of a loved one or being the victim of an assault, which acts as the trigger for the first panic attack. Lifestyle changes, such as regular exercise, a healthy diet, avoiding caffeine, and meditative techniques like deep breathing may help alleviate symptoms, but without treatment, it's uncommon for the phobia to be fully resolved. The most effective treatments are psychological therapies, such as CBT, which aim to break down large, overwhelming issues into smaller, defined components. If the phobia still persists, medication may be recommended as a last resort. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs, are usually prescribed in these situations. Approximately half of all patients experience an improvement in their symptoms with professional help, and 1/3 eventually achieve a complete cure. If you happen to have agoraphobia, just remember, there's nothing really stopping you from being part of that third.
They say the only thing greater than fear is fear itself. But what happens when your fear is fear itself?
Well, you should probably address your phobia.